here we are with Rabbi Shaw doing a project that has never been done in human history or Jewish history.
I mean, that's quite a claim.
It sounds a lot cooler when they say human
It
history.
does, but I think it's also, I wish it never had to have been done. This is a project that I wish we never had to do because of what it is about. This is only happening because on the 7th of October we suffered the greatest tragedy since the Holocaust. And there's a need to therefore do this project to remember what happened and to move on and to grow from the tragedy and to kind of somehow connect ourselves to the past, but also move forward in the future.
Could you take me through why you feel this is so important to do?
There's no question that the Jewish world changed after October 7th. We are not the same in so many levels. What has happened since that date, when I think a lot of Jews felt, well, this is it now. Of course, everyone will understand what Israel is under, what Israel has suffered, and the world will love Israel, which of course didn't happen. The world, or a lot of the world, has become very anti-Israel. So I think that has shocked a lot of Jewish people. I think, secondly, we haven't been allowed to grieve. What do I mean by that? It's very normal when a tragedy happens that people console you, people sort of give you time and space to grieve. That hasn't happened either. We have consistently had to defend Israel in its war against Hamas, to defend Jews on campus and so on and so forth. So with Simchat Torah 5785 on the horizon, there was a need for us to create something that could bring the Jewish people together in a positive and meaningful way that would help them remember what happened a year ago on the yahrzeit, but also allow them to really declare Am Yisrael Chai.
What is the project? What are you aiming to do?
So the project, very simply, is to...
Sure. What exactly is the Simchat Torah Project?
So the project is simply trying to remember the 1,600 Kedoshim, the victims of the tragedy on October 7th and the ensuing battle against Hamas, by working with 1,600 shuls and communities across the Jewish world to give them a Torah cover, a me'il, to place on one of their Torahs, to dance on Simchat Torah, united with the whole Jewish world, but dancing with tears in their eyes.
This past October 7th, it was a very weird Simchat Torah for a lot of people. Could you tell us about your personal experience and maybe the experience that so many people have communicated to you about what they went through on that day?
So I think I was sitting in my shul Sheminat Sarah morning. It was in an outdoor minyan. It was a beautiful day, and we're looking forward to Simchat Torah that night. It's one of the highlights of the Jewish year. We all love it. Families love it. My kids love it. And then somebody comes up to me, one of the sort of more jovial members of the shul, and he says to me, "Rabbi, can I talk to you?" And he kind of beckoned me outside, and I was like, "This is strange." And then he told me. And all he told me was that Hamas had attacked and we were at war with Hamas. That was all he told me. He said, people have lost their lives. That's all he knew at that time. And at that point, my life changed because suddenly this is something that had never happened in my lifetime. And I think the Jewish world changed at that moment. But we didn't know anything. And it was very, very strange to go through Yom Tov kind of not knowing. And then, of course, that night, I think by the night we'd heard 40, 50 people had been killed. And I think the word hostage had started to be used, but that was really all we had at the time. Remember, only talking 7-8 hours later after the attack happened. So what's happening now? We're now gathering in shul. We're now getting ready for Simchat Torah, and we're just a mess. I mean, we just don't know. Are we dancing? Are we crying? Are we saying cut? What are we doing? But it's Simchat Torah, and you have to dance. And it was very challenging. And I remember normally you can't wait till the opening paragraphs are said when you take the Torah out to dance with, the Ana, Hashem, Ashena, Ashlicha Noda. On that night last year, suddenly that became the most important thing. The dancing was kind of secondary to the declaration of God save us, God help us, because that really was what I was feeling at that night. And I never really listened to what we say when we take the Torahs out on Simchat Torah night. And the dancing was, I think, in some cases for the youth, was incredibly cathartic. They needed to dance. And I was mixed because I was very worried about my family in Israel, very worried about my friends in Israel. And I tried to dance, but it was difficult. It was challenging, but we did because it's Simchat Torah. And that kind of, eventually, in my brain, I thought, okay, that's this Simchat Torah when we didn't know anything. What about next Simchat Torah when we know exactly what happened?
What's your goal for Simchat Torah this year?
I mean, firstly, that's exactly what it is. It's Simchat Torah, it's Simchat Torah. It's for Jewish unity. It's for the whole Jewish world to come together to say, we will remember what happened and we'll dance. With tears in our eyes, we will dance. And the phrase we're using, I guess the slogan we're adapting from Kohelet is 8 spod 8 kod, to there's a time to mourn and a time to dance. The reason being is that's exactly what we're going to be experiencing. We're going to be experiencing the yahrzeit of what happened and the pain and the grief that comes with that. But at the same time, we're going to be dancing. And therefore, the way we want to bring this together is for Jewish communities to have identical mi'ilim, identical Torah covers that will unite them, whether they're in Argentina or Australia, in Berlin or Boca Raton, wherever they are. They will be looking at the same Torah cover with the phrase 8 spod 8 ukod, with the Magen David of the State of Israel, with the Ilun Nishmat, the people that died, and we're uniting. We're uniting with dance and we're uniting with tears. So it's really about bringing the whole Jewish world together. And also, what's the focus is our Torah. Because Torah, that's who we are, the Jewish people. We are the people of the book. We are the people of Torah. So that's also vitally important.
What I find very moving about this project is that you're uniting the communities around, the Jewish communities around the world, but you're also highlighting the people that passed away. Behind every single Torah, there's
Correct.
a specific person who it's dedicated towards.
So the macro level is, yes, everything's identical for every shul, but the micro level is on the back of each Torah scroll, there's going to be an individual name. 1,600 names. Each shul will have one kadosh, one of the people that died either on October 7th or in the ensuing months, hostages or army who died fighting Hamas. And it's that personal connection, not just to the person, but to the family as well. We very much want the shuls to realize they are there to sort of reach out to and support and hug the families of the bereaved that we lost on October 7th and its aftermath.
Do you guys have? No, we'll rephrase it. I want to ask about Elul, right? That plan.
Yeah.
What Zoli? How should I phrase
and
it?
also, I kind of feel I've talked about it. Should we not bring it in now? Yeah. I didn't do the whole Devar Torah bit.
But he did touch on it.
I said about...
But he could talk about it.
I didn't talk about the Don Paris thing. Actually, I haven't...
There's no going wrong with saying more because
yeah, we can. Okay, so yeah, bring it in, bring it on in, but bring it on in as on the thing. There probably is the thing, yeah.
What? Wait, don't do that. Don't do it that way. Only because you're confirmed. Don't worry, you'll be in the shot. Just hand it to him this way. No, I just don't want to screw up the shot. So come in through here. That's what I mean. No. I meant this way. Oh, sorry. Only 'cause I don't want it to have to refocus.
No, because if I hold it down here, no one can see. It's very good. It's not in the shot. It's very good.
Okay, so
Let's go back to let me explain them at the Torah cover.
should I ask a question again or no? Just let him go with the answer.
Right.
Can you walk us through the quote on the top of the Sefer Torahs?
So the idea of the entire project is this sort of remarkable or difficult area that at the same time that we are mourning, we are also dancing. That is Simchat Torah. And that's what Shlomo Melech said, 8 spod, 8 lakod. And the idea that I learned from Goldberg is that the reason it's not 8 lispod, 8 lirikod is because you can have them at the same time. You know, to live and to die, to reap and to plant, they're different. You can't have them at the same time. This one you can. And therefore we felt very strongly that's exactly the emotion we're going to be going through as a people. We're going to be saying, this is the anniversary, this is the yahrzeit. We are saying Kaddish, we're going to have Yiska that morning. We're going to be saying Kaddish, we're going to be saying Kalmale for what happened, this day which, horrendous day in our history. But at the same time, it's now Simchat Torah, we're going to dance. So it's saying to Shlomo Melech, he understands the human condition. And what we're going to have below that is the Magen David and the Ner Neshama, sort of as the Degel Yisrael. I want to show you now. This is the meal. This is the beautiful sort of like there.
Yeah. Other hand. Yeah. Just so you know, it's that camera.
Okay. So we have here is
Turn it a little closer to the camera. Even more so.
So we have the 8 lispod, so 8 spod, 8 records at the top, and then you have the idea of the flame of the Jewish people, then a Shema, linking into the actual Ili Nishmat, the people that died, both on Simchat Torah and in the ensuing war. And of course, it's flanked by the Degel Yisrael to kind of link us even more to Israel. And the uniqueness is, yes, this is the, every shul will be identical, what they'll have, but on the back of every Torah, there's going to be the name. And this one here is dedicated in the memory of Daniel Shimon Peres, the son of Rav Doron Peres and Shelley. And it says, who fell defending his people on Simchat Torah, 22nd of Tishrei, 7th October 2023. So the idea is that every shul will have the meal, identical this side, everyone the same, but 1,600 shuls will have 1,600 names of Kedoshim that they can commemorate and they can dance with, in essence, on that day. And that really, to me, is the real purpose of the project, to bring communities together, to bring communities to remember who we lost, but at the same time, to take those Torah and to dance. That's really what we're trying to achieve.
Take it out. Okay. Let's take it out. Sure.
Okay.
Why is it that Daniel Peres is on the very first mantle?
So obviously, Rav Doron Peres is the CEO of Mizrahi, and this is a project that's being sort of spearheaded by Mizrahi, but that's not the reason. The reason is much deeper. Rav Doron Peres has 2 children, 2 boys, Yonatan and Daniel. Both of them were called into action on the first day of the war. Yonatan was shot and wounded. Daniel fought incredibly bravely in his tank for over 2.25 hours, saving countless numbers of Jews. But in the end, he was killed by the terrorists. Rav Doron did not know this. Rav Doron and his family, we all thought that he'd been taken hostage to Gaza. And for 163 days, they were in the torment of not knowing what had happened to their son. During that time, Yonatan, the eldest brother, got married. And they weren't sure whether they should go ahead with the wedding because, of course, Daniel is unknown where he is. Is he in captivity? Is he dead? But they were told they have to go ahead with the wedding. And at that wedding, Rav Doron speaks about how he was dancing with his son Yonatan, with genuine joy and excitement. At exactly the same time, he was remembering and worried about and terrified and fearful about his other son, Daniel. He was fulfilling that verse, 8 spod, 8 rekod, at his son's wedding. And therefore, for us, that's the idea of the entire project. So it seemed fitting that his son, Daniel, Captain Daniel Peres, would be the name that we would commemorate first in this project. Somebody who died saving Jewish lives for the Jewish people, but also the whole story of Rabbi Peres and Yonatan and Daniel was about this idea of mourning and dancing at the same time. So to us, that's why his name is the first, for unfortunate reasons.
Very powerful. Zoli, how should I ask about Elul?
Yeah, we need to go Elul.
And by the way, I don't. I would typically just ask myself, but I want to use, practically and logistically, how are you going to go about this program?
Okay, so stage 1 is the shuls are applying, So please make sure you sign up your community now on simchattorahproject.org. You sign up there. We then send you an email to get all the details. Because again, I've learned a lot about Sifrei Torah and about Me'ilim. They're not the same size. So we're going to need to obviously work out for shuls. Do you need a large meal, a small meal, a medium meal? So that's what the shuls have to tell us. Also to let us know how many they want. We've had a few shuls say to us, we want one for our youth minyan. We want one for our main minyan. We want one for our whatever. So some shuls will have 2 or 3 milim for their shuls. Some maybe more. So there's that as well. But what we're really doing, and I think one of the most exciting things about it, again, I don't know if the word exciting should be used, we're going to do a launch. We're going to launch this project in Israel on Rosh Chodesh Elul. Rosh Chodesh Elul is the beginning of the, I guess, Teshuvah cycle of the Jewish year. It obviously finishes with Simchat Torah. So we want to begin there. And the idea, we're going to invite all 1,600 communities, shuls, to join us in Israel. 2 or 3 members of each shul will come. And on the Monday, they're going to have a day of learning in memory of the 1,600. But then on the Tuesday, we're going to first go down to Nova, to Be'eri, wherever the name that your community is commemorating died. That's where you will go to pay respects to the family, to say an Azkara, and to really connect to the life and death of the person you are remembering. After that, you will join everybody. You'll come from the place where we are mourning, 8 Spod, to the Kotel, where we're going to go into 8 Wukod, where we're going to have a ceremony with Sifrei Torah, hopefully with music and dancing, a real sense of this is the Jewish people. And we're going to have 1,600 Torah covers, surrounding the Kotel, surrounding the families, surrounding the communities, and that's where the communities will receive the Me'ilim from their families to bring back to whatever community they're in, whatever part of the world, and to then move forward to Simchat Torah, to when they dance with those Torahs in their shuls. Am I carrying on, or are you asking me? Right. And then we're going to also provide the shuls with the information about their kadosh, who they were, a photo, words, and also maybe the photograph of the community at the Kotel when they received their meal from that family. So really just, it's not simply about, here's a name. It's about saying to the community, this is your family. This is your person. Connect to them, learn who they are, hug their family, embrace the Jewish people. So it's really giving the achrayut, the responsibility on the community to connect to one of the 1,600, and therefore collectively across the world, we can embrace all of the families that have lost on this horrific day and after.
It never came up the price for it, and maybe that's you don't want to ask.
Yeah.
And then also, should I ask where it goes towards or no? Then this is for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
How much does it cost to? Let me say again. How much does it cost for a shul or a community to get involved?
So, a project of this size, there are enormously big budgets for what we're trying to achieve, but we want to very much make sure that every shul can participate. So it's $1,800 per shul. That's the cost. That's they get the meal, they get all the costs of the trip to Israel, not the flights and the accommodation, but the sort of all the activities, the events and the meals and everything that's happening in Israel. That's part of it. But all the other costs in terms of the events, in terms of the staffing, everything that we have to sort of raise a lot of money to make sure we pull this off globally. And we're always looking for people to donate to help us reach this. But per shul, it's $1,800. That's it. A lot of shuls, which is very beautiful, have said to us, can we sponsor other shuls who may not be able to afford it? Because again, we have to realize the Jewish world is not homogeneous. Some shuls can afford $1,800, some shuls can't. I think it's very beautiful that some shuls in America have already said to us, we'll do 5. We'll do 5 times 1,800, and therefore we'll sponsor 4 other shuls that maybe can't afford it. So hopefully the Jewish world will support each other, and our fundraising efforts will allow every shul to contribute. Even if they can only give a small amount, we'll be able to find the money other places to allow us to fund all the shuls that want to take part.
Zoe, anything else?
Okay, no, you just, yeah.
I don't know. I can add, if you said like, oh, we need another 20 minutes, I could add in. Right. Right.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah. So okay. So I'll, like a closing thought. Yeah, I have something. Just let me figure out how to formulate it. what I find very beautiful about this project is it's very thoughtful. Obviously, you're starting to think about what this Simchat Torah is going to look like this year, but you're well advanced thinking about it, and it's also thinking like, how are the families of the victims of the soldiers that we lost, how are they going to experience it? And doing all of this, and then hopefully by Simchat Torah, like showing them that look how connected the Jewish community is, how heartbroken we are, and how together we are. It's very beautiful.
I think we want to give them a global Jewish hug, in essence. I think a lot of people, felt this deep connection to events in Israel, to the Jewish people. A lot of people kind of were awakened, I think, by the events to realize who they are and what they're part of the Jewish people. So, and it's not just for 1 year. The idea is this: the meal, the Torah will be in the shul forevermore, and therefore every Simchat Torah will take out this Torah and we'll dance with it. So it's not a one year only. Every year we're going to have the same problem. Every year it's going to be the yahrzeit of the 7th of October, and therefore we want to make sure that every year we can, in a meaningful and thoughtful way, remember what happened, but at the same time still celebrate and dance on Simchat Torah. And I think what you said as well, with the families, I know some shuls are thinking of inviting the families from Israel to come spend Simchat Torah with them, to kind of really make that connection physical, which again I think is a beautiful thing to do as well. Whether families want to come are able to come. And also we have to realize for a lot of these families, it's still very raw. It's not like something happened 10, 15, it happened a few months ago. So again, we're also understanding not every family may be able to come to the Kotel, might be too hard for them. So again, we're working with a lot of moving parts in this project, but our main thing is to be thoughtful, as you said at the start of this question, to be thoughtful and to try and work with everybody so everyone feels, connected, and everyone feels, part of something bigger than themselves. That was good. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When we went to film originally in Israel for this project, we went to Nova to do our filming because obviously that was the largest gathering of Jews who were murdered on October 7th. And you notice two things I wouldn't say graffitied, but are written as you come in on the building, as you come into the site where the memorial is. And one of them we know very well, which is "We Will Dance Again." Nova, of course, was a music festival and dancing. And someone said to me, it's very apt that the Simchat Torah Project, that's kind of our motto as well. We will dance again on Simchat Torah. It's a different type of dancing. It's dancing around the bimah, it's dancing with the Torah, it's dancing in a religious way, in a beautiful way. But again, it's the same idea that we will dance again. So I think that's a beautiful link to what happened in a very powerful way. And the other thing, of course, they had written there was Am Yisrael Chai. And again, that's very much what I think is the underlying drive for this project, is to just wake up the Jewish world to realize we are remarkable people, and October 7th has happened many, many times in our history, but this time we were able to fight back. We were able to make sure that Hamas do not, as they want to, have 7/10 every single day of every single year, and the Jewish people are resilient, and we are strong, and we are proud, and we will dance because Am Yisrael Chai. So I think that those two messages at Nova very much relate, I think, to the drive behind this project.
Very good. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, this is a really, really beautiful project. I know my shuls are going to get it. It sounds weird because I got a few shuls. Thank you very much for coming here and telling us all about this beautiful project. I know the shul that I go to is happy to get involved, and I'm sure anyone watching this should be reaching out to you, or the Rav should be reaching out to you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the website says it all, explains what it is. It tells you how to get involved, tells you if you want to contribute. There's a lot to be done, but I think the Jewish world has shown itself to be one nation, and please God, this project will only enhance that.
Really beautiful. Again, what's the name of the website?
The Simchat Torah Project.org.
Beautiful.
So quite a long one, but the Simchat Torah Project.org.
Okay. Everyone go up, sign up, and get involved.
Thank you very much.